Hi everybody, my name is Mr. Francy and welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Today is my birthday, woohoo! So we are going to celebrate and we're going to have a fun time doing it. So allow me once again to welcome you back to Mr. Francy Reads. Yes, hello and welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. My name is Mr. Francy and I'm so happy that you have decided to join me, especially today, because today we are celebrating my birthday. I am really excited to bring this video to you guys. So I asked a couple of my booktuber buddies to celebrate along with me. How? Well, by asking them 2 questions to answer, both being book recommendations. One of those questions was to answer what their favourite read has been so far this year, so we can celebrate that. And the other one was something that I haven't really seen on BookTube before, so I thought, why not go for it? Recommend me a book that celebrates birthdays. So, what do they have to say? Let's check it out. Let's get this party started. Here we go.
Hello, BookTube. It's Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, and happy birthday, Mr. Francy. I have a couple of birthday-themed books to share with you today. It is the month of May, of course, and I do a project in May called #Book-A-Day in May. And last year for the project, I decided to read a Dr. Seuss book every day with my daughter, whose birthday also happens to be in the month of May. So on her birthday last year, we read this one, Happy Birthday to You by Dr. Seuss. This is a super cute book that reminds the reader how special they are and how much better the world is because they are in it. So if you haven't ever read this, I recommend that you pick it up. And then because you are a cozy mystery fan, I wanted to tell you about this series. This started being written back in the 90s before cozies were even a thing, and you may have heard of it because this is the Lucy Stone Mysteries by Leslie Meyer. This particular book, book number 9, is Birthday Party Murder. And Lucy Stone is a homemaker. She's a wife, a mother, a career girl. She does it all, and she's an amateur sleuth. And in this particular installment, it is her daughter's birthday, and of course, there's a murder somewhere. I have read only books 1 and 14, and I believe that Lucy's career changes throughout the series. I'm not sure. I believe in this book, she's a journalist, and it just sounds like a fun series. I think it's one that you could skip around in. I do definitely want to read more, but I couldn't resist picking this book off the library shelf to show you today for this birthday occasion. And then I want to share with you and recommend my favorite book that I read in the year 2021. I don't think I've read my favorite book of 2022 yet, but for last year, my favorite book is definitely Greenwood by Michael Christie. This starts out in the future in the year 2038, then it works its way back into the past as far as 1908. It is about different members of a particular family. It's a very small family. We meet our main character in the first section in the year 2038 after the Great Withering, and she's working at one of the few remaining forests of the world trying to help save those trees. And it is a fantastic book. I loved it so much. It continues to resonate with me to this day. It is so well crafted. It's so well put together. I buddy read this with Summer from Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats, and she stated in her video, I can't imagine anyone not loving this book, and I wholeheartedly agree. If you haven't ever checked it out, I hope that you will. So that is my contribution to your birthday celebration. I hope that you are having a great day. All of you out there, have a great day, read a good book, and God bless you.
Hi, Mr. Francy. First and foremost, happy birthday. Second, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of your video. Since it's your birthday month, I wanted to suggest to you a birthday themed book. Since we are also in middle grade May, I thought I would pick a middle grade that I read last year. This was part of the Sleepover Friends series by Susan Saunders, and this book was Kate's Surprise. It is number 3 in the series. They are like 100-page books, so even if you had to read the first 2, which you don't, I would absolutely recommend this one. And it goes perfect with Middle Grade May, which is one of the prompts for your Mix It Up Readathon is to read a middle grade. And then I also wanted to recommend a 2022 favorite of mine so far. I'm going to recommend two actually. So I'm going to recommend The Night Shift by Alex Finley. This is a thriller with a dual timeline about very similar murders that take place decades apart. I absolutely love this, so I totally recommend it. And the second is a book I just read today, which is another middle grade, and that is Steph Soto, Taco Queen by Jennifer Torres. This was a really cute middle grade about a girl whose family owns a taco truck and how at times it can be embarrassing to be known as the Taco Queen. Anyway, just a few quick recommendations for you. Again, happy birthday, and I hope you have a wonderful month, a wonderful birthday, and keep on sparkling.
Hello everyone. Hello Mr. Francy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for asking me to do this video collaboration. Just so happy that I could do this. So you asked two questions. The book recommendations. One was a book with a birthday theme, and the other one was what was my favorite book or the favorite of the year. So the book that I chose for with a birthday theme is A Catered Birthday Party by Isis Crawford, and it's number 6 in the A Mystery with Recipes series. And this one centers the series centered around two sisters, Bernie and Libby Simmons, and they run a catering business. And in this book, they are hired to cater a birthday party for a dog, a pug actually. And at the event, the dog's owner dies. So Bernie and Libby they take on the investigation. Like they want to know what happened, and they're helped along by their father, who was a retired cop. He was injured, I believe, on the job, so he's now retired, but he helps them out. So that is the book I would recommend that has a birthday theme. And the other one that you asked about was my favorite book, or my favorite of the year. I had a bunch of different, several books that I really liked, and so it was hard to pick just one. So I picked two that I would highly recommend. The first one is The End of Her by Sherry Lapina, and this one is a thriller, and it centers around a married couple, Stephanie and Patrick, and they are the parents of newborn twins. And the twins are very colicky, so they're not sleeping at night. So both parents are really sleep deprived, and Stephanie, the mother, so she's just really sleep deprived. She just like a zombie during the day. And so one day, a woman from her husband's past comes into town and accuses Patrick, the husband, of killing his wife and their unborn child. His first wife, actually, and their unborn child. And so Patrick's saying no, that there was an accident. And Stephanie, she doesn't know what to believe. And with her sleep deprivation, she's just questioning everything. And this book was really good. I gave it 4 dumplings out of 5. I couldn't put it down. I was reading it in my bed in the dark, and I just could not stop. And the twist at the end just made my jaw drop. I was shocked by it. And so that one I really enjoyed. And the other one was one that you've actually read, Mr. Francy, and you enjoyed it as well. And it's And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. And this one I've read 3 times. I read it physically twice and listened to it on audio. And I gave this one 5 stars. It's the best book, I think, in my opinion, so far this year. And so this book is about a group of strangers. They are invited to this party on this island by an unknown host, and when they get there, one by one, they start to die. And before all this happens, they realize, or they notice, that there is this rhyme that is actually put up on the wall of each of their rooms, and the way that each character dies is based off of this rhyme. So now there's these people that are in this house, they are freaking out. They're wondering who's next. Am I going to be next? What's going to happen next? And they're wondering, who is this person that's coming after them? And it's just, this book was just so good. It was so suspenseful, so tense, and I highly recommend it. If anybody out there who hasn't read Agatha Christie, this is the book that you need to read. So that's my answers to your questions. And happy birthday again. I hope you enjoy your birthday and you get to enjoy all your favorite things and have a really delicious birthday cake. And back over to you, Mr. Francie.
Hi, Mr. Francy. Happy birthday. I am so happy that you were born, and I'm so excited to answer some of these questions that you asked, that you messaged me to answer. I'm gonna work with the first question first. What is a book that has a birthday theme of some kind? And I had to think for a minute because I was racking my brain, thinking about books with birthdays in them, and the book that came to my mind was The Giver by Lois Lowry. Um, I read that book, I would say when I was a kid. I don't remember when. Absolutely loved that book. Made me cry reading that book, and it's one of my faves. And it has a birthday theme in it, and it's such a good book. Um, And then your second question that you asked me, let me pull up my phone really quick. Okay, the second question that you asked me is my favorite book. So that is like asking me to choose between who my favorite niece is. Um, I have I have three nieces, and if you asked me to pick between who my favorite one is, I could not answer that question because I love them all in different ways, and they're all my favorites. So, in honor of my three nieces, I gave you three book options that I absolutely love. So, and these were all read within the last 10 years, and I absolutely just love them. So I read this book last year is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. It is a great book about these women who are traveling librarians during the Franklin D. Roosevelt era, during his presidency, and they live in Kentucky, and they are traveling on horseback, delivering books to people in the mountains, right over here, who are the town below them just thinks of them as illiterate and doesn't think that they're smart or anything. And it talks about how it's a great story about feminism and how the main character is in a very toxic, borderline abusive relationship with her husband, and it talks about how these women care for each other and they lift each other up, and it's just a great story. It's one of my favorites. And then the second book is I Want to Be Where the Normal People Are by Rachel Bloom. Rachel Bloom is one of my favorite actresses. She was in a show that I love very dearly called Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and this is just about her journey through mental health. And one of the things that I really like about her is, like myself, she deals with her mental health and things that are bothering her with humor, which is a very me thing to do because I just deal with everything that I'm going through with humor. So I enjoyed that. Fun fact, there is a Harry Potter fan fiction in here, and if you like musicals, there is also a scene in here where she does this journey through her life through a musical, and it's so fun. Also, if you haven't watched her show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on Netflix, or I don't know where it would be from outside of the States, but I highly recommend it. It is a great show talking about mental health, and it's also a musical, and it's just one of my favorites. It is my comfort show, and this was my comfort read for last year. I highly recommend it. And the last book that I have is The Witch's Daughter by Paula Braxton. I have not read the sequel yet. It is on my list of books I want to read, but I love this book. It is a slow burn book, but it is so good. So good. It's about this character. Her name is Elizabeth, and she's a witch who has lived through many centuries and many decades, many generations, met different people, fell in love with different people, but she's being hunted down by an evil warlock. And they've been going after each other since she became a witch. And she meets this girl named, what's her name again? Bess. It's oh no, that is the name of the character. But she meets a girl named Tegan. Sorry, I had to quickly reread it. It's been a while since I read it, but I do remember that it was a slow burn, but I absolutely loved it. And I saw it and I was like, I have to tell everybody about this book, including you. So yeah, this is also one of my favorite books. But those were my options. Those were my books that I gave you. I'm sorry that I gave you more than one because I just can't choose. Um, but I hope you have a great birthday and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And I just saw as I was recording this, your mom's birthday is either today or it's just coming up. So I want to say happy birthday to your mom as well. Happy birthday, Mama Francie. All right. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, thank you for including me in this video.
Hello, Mr. Francy, and a happy birthday to you, and I hope you have a great birthday month, and I hope you get lots and lots of books and all that kind of good stuff. And you asked me if I could recommend to you 2 books, one that had something to do with a birthday, and the other one is a favorite book of mine. It could either be like of all time or maybe this year. And I'm going to admit that trying to find a one with birthday in it was really hard. I just couldn't think of anything. I'm pretty sure I have read numerous amount of books that have birthdays, but I just don't remember that specific thing in a book. So I just went and found one that I thought sounded interesting. And I know you like thriller books, and so I picked out The Birthday Girl by Melissa de la Cruz. And it says that Ellie de Florent Stinson is celebrating her 40th birthday with a grand celebration in her fabulous house in Palm Springs. At 40, it appears Ellie has everything she ever wanted: a handsome husband, an accomplished college-age stepdaughter, a beautiful 10-year-old girl, 2 adorable and rambunctious 6-year-old twin boys, lush, well-appointed home in Los Angeles, Park City, and Palm Springs, a thriving career as a well-known fashion designer of casual women's wear, and a glamorous circle of friends. Except everything's not quite as perfect as it looks on the outside. Ellie is keeping many secrets. This isn't the first of her birthday parties that hasn't gone as planned. Something happened on the night of her sweet 16th, something she's tried hard to forget. It has a lot more on there, but I'm going to stop there because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a thriller. It sounds good. I know you like thrillers, so I thought you might be interested in that book. So that's why I'm recommending Birthday Girl by Melissa de la Cruz. Then the next one, since I know you're getting into cozy mysteries, I thought I'd recommend a cozy because, well, my favorite book of the year so far was a historical romance, so I don't think you would want to read that one. So I'm going to go with Booked for Murder by J.C. Eaton. This is the first book in the Sophie Kimball series, and you know how much I love the Sophie Kimball series, so I want you to read it. And this one has Sophie, who her mother calls her and tells her that she needs her to come to Arizona right away because somebody is bumping off the Book for Murder Club members. There's some bad things happening because somebody died, and there's been some other accidents. Sophie is in Minnesota where it's cold, so she's going from a cold climate to a warm climate, and her mother is hilarious. And then you have Streetman, who is just adorable. And so yeah, Sophie ends up, spoiler alert, staying in Arizona and everything, and working for Nate, who is a friend of hers that used to live in Minnesota and was a police officer, but he has decided to open up a private investigative service, and so she works for him in the bookkeeping. Although you will notice in these books, her mother doesn't seem to think that she's a bookkeeper. She seems to think she's an investigator because she's always trying to get her to investigate things. Her mother is just hilarious. I really think you would like Harriet, and I mean, of course, Streetman is just adorable, like I said. So that's why I am going to recommend Booked for Murder by J.C. Eaton. Hope you have a great birthday.
Hey, Mr. Francy, happy birthday! Thank you so much for including me in your special day, and I can't wait to recommend you some good books. Oh, it's been such a good time getting to know you. I love our friendship, and here we go. So for the birthday themed book. I think this looks absolutely hilarious. I hope you enjoy it. I know nothing about it, but I found it and I'm like, this is the one. This is it. It's called You Can't Iron a Wrinkled Birthday Suit. It is right here, and let me read it for you. It says, zany women and their pets have fun getting older. When I get old, I hope to have friends as awesome as these. This is an absolute feel-good novel. Naturally, our intrepid characters, waddles and all, undergo all sorts of trials, but it's compassion and generosity they exhibit that endears the reader. Zany families, eccentric friends, gossipy neighbors, inhabit the lives of these three women friends as they grapple with real-world events in one golden year. I just think it sounds like a blast, and the cover is absolutely something that would draw me in, and I hope it draws you in. I can't wait to hear what you think. The other one that I'm going to recommend is along the same lines, although it's a cozy mystery. So it's just one of my favorite books, and it's not necessarily one of my favorite books this year, but it's a favorite series of mine. And I figured since you like the Golden Girls so much, you might really like this series. So book one is called Getting Old is Murder. This is by Rita Lakin. It takes place in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at a retirement community. And I just think that just getting to know you, I think that this is one that you are going to love. And it's really kind of an underrated series. Again, happy birthday. Sparkles your way. All right. See you later. Bye. Thanks for including me in your special day.
Aww, thank you so much, Tiffany, and sparkles right back to you. And thank you to everyone who got involved in celebrating my birthday with me. I loved all the recommendations that you guys had, from the very first recommendation, which was that Happy Birthday to You, Dr. Zeus book that Elizabeth was recommending. I didn't even know that Dr. Zeus had a Happy Birthday book, but there you go. Wonderful. All the way through to the latest recommendation, which was the one that Tiffany recommended, the I think it's called Getting Old is Murder or something. That cozy mystery does sound up my alley. I mean, I do love Golden Girls, so thank you. Everyone did an amazing job. So thank you to all of you for being a part of this special day with me. It has been truly an amazing year from my last birthday through to this one, and I've experienced a number of amazing things, and honestly the majority of those things have happened right here, either at the booktube channel Mr. Francy Reads, or thanks to other booktubers that I've gotten to know. You guys are so wonderful. I want to give a very massive shout out to my beautiful Discorders who are just so beautiful, so supportive, not only of me but one another. Thank you so much for your support of me and each other, and also to the wonderful ladies and gentlemen now, which is amazing, over at the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord group as well. It's just been an amazingly wild ride over these past 12 months. So thank you, one and all. You know, when people ask, you know, what is it that you want for your birthday? 9 times out of 10, I say books, clearly. But this is a request that I'm going to make on my special day for you guys, and it's not going to cost a thing. And that is to do what I always ask you to do. 3 things. Be kind, love one another, and spread the sparkly energy that you have all throughout the universe. If there's one thing that I have come to learn in this time that I've had on this earth, it is that the world can always do with a lot more sparkling positivity. So you do your part, spread your sparkling energy around the world, and it will make this an even better birthday than it has already been. Thank you so much for watching. Click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the notification bell, ding, so that you can be notified every single time I do upload a video. You guys are amazing. But that is where I will leave it for today. Happy birthday to me and everyone else who's celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you too. Letting you guys go with peace, blessings, and so much love. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll see you all again very soon. Mwah! Of course, as I always say, be kind, love one another, and spread that sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading!